You welcome back. By next year, 2015, the Niger Delta Amnesty Program will have run its 5-year course according to plan at the inception of the program. To do an assessment with me this morning of the journey so far since 2009, when the program was flagged off, I have with me in the studio the technical assistant and head reintegration department in the office of the special advisor to the president on Niger Delta affairs, and of course the chairman, Presidential Amnesty Program. I have Mr. Lawrence Pepple. Mr. Pepple, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Femi.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
It's nice having you in the studio. Now, I want to ask you this. In your candid assessment, do you think the Amnesty Program has achieved the aims and objectives that were set out at the beginning of the program?
Thank you very much, Femi. I would say that it has achieved and gone beyond the expectation of cynics and critics, beyond the scope that even the founding or coordinating persons who thought about it thought it will achieve, beyond and far. Why did I say so? If I take you back to 2007, 2008, and of course 2009, we want to take it back to find out why was the amnesty program in the first instance granted. It was in the wisdom of, may he so rest in peace, our late President Umar Musa Yar'Adua, to decide to grant pardon, grant amnesty, grant forgiveness to a set of people in the region who were agitating. Started rightly, because every conflict has the greed and the grievance component. From the grievance component, the people who were agitating for an opportunity for political space, they were agitating for what they call the resource control or its management. And so this agitation took place of when their forefathers were giving oral, holding conferences, dialoguing and all that. When it wasn't working, it led to a situation where arms was introduced. And it is not new. If you remember, sometime around 1966, I think about 28th of February 1966, there was a 12-day revolution that took place in the Niger Delta, led by Jasper Adakaboro. What was he advocating? It was exactly the same thing that this young one started to agitate in the 20s. But the wisdom of Musa Yar'Adua led to introduction of cessation of hostility, which he said, hey, everybody come round the table. Let's talk about it. To let you understand it, I wish to read clearly on that proclamation on the 25th of June 2009 what he said. He said that as part of step towards resolving the protracted insecurity in the Niger Delta, we do recognize that the provision of the necessary infrastructure for the solely needed socioeconomic development of the area is dependent on an enduring atmosphere of peace and security. So, the offer of amnesty is predicated on the willingness and readiness of the militants to give up all illegal arms in their possession, completely renounce militancy in all its ramifications, unconditionally deposed to an undertaking to this effect. It is my fervent hope, that is the president, that all militants in the Niger Delta will take advantage of this amnesty and come out to join in the quest for the transformation of our dear nation. Sure. The offer of amnesty is open to all militants for a period of 60 days. No. Did it achieve the first part, which is cessation and renouncing of militancy? Outrightly and totally correct.
Okay, now, beyond that,
yes,
let's take a look at the nation. Do you think beyond reintegrating ex-militant or ex-agitators, as the case may be, do you think there are benefits that this program have for the entire nation?
Femi, you see, you caught me short when I was just about to hit the nail. Yeah. It was not just about turning in of weapon. It was a president who knew that this country, the good, the bad, the ugly, has a role to play. Do you know, Femi, that those ones who were called never do well, that was not classified to be of anything, some of them now are in Lufthansa, doing what we call type rating, to move from one level of being pilot to the topmost level of what we call the N level, new generation level. Some of them, 6 amongst those people, and the deprived communities, 6 of them are distinction holders from UK universities, from a postgraduate program. 14 of them are pursuing PhD. Of course, you know that 19,000 more of them are currently in training, and they are building capacity. They are deepening the peace in the region. They are helping to become the new generation of Niger Deltans and Nigerians that will transform this nation.
I'm aware of the efforts of the amnesty program in the area of vocational training for ex-military, and of course, even educational schemes in diverse universities across the shores of this, outside the shores of this nation. Yeah, I'm just saying that what are the multiplier effect of this amnesty program on the economy of the nation?
Only in 2011 alone, we would have lost a whopping 6 trillion naira, but for the amnesty program. Why did I say so? If you just suppose the benefit that the program started to derive, let's take it from 2009, our oil production dropped to as low as 700,000 barrels per day. And it rose up by 2010, 11, and 12 to between 2.6, 2.5, 2.7 as the case may be. Meaning that the dramatic change, the dramatic multiplier effect, and no, when oil is being discussed, some people tend to look away. That is our economic mainstay. That is the reason why we can build health facilities.
It's the blood that runs the economy.
Yes, it's the blood that runs. Thank you, Femi, for that one. So, in fact, somebody told me yesterday that amnesty can be described as life-changing center. Because a man walks in who you didn't give a chance, who the nation, even some people are advocating for them all to be killed. Thank God for the wisdom of Mr. President. Amnesty is declared to give a people who you have either convicted or you have not convicted to say, I pardon you, and you can start again. And those ones, from that, the product that has come out of it is helping to strengthen the security and peace in the Niger Delta. Even for us to combat the current security challenges we have in other parts of our dear country, you need the resources that is running from the Niger Delta to fund it. So to that extent, the multiplier effect is unimaginable.
No. Some people, critics of the program, have said that it's more of a slush fund and food for the boys, and that the program is enmeshed in large-scale corruption. Will you confirm or deny this?
You see, that a program that was initiated by Nigeria, run by Nigerians, funded without external backing by Nigerians, is a miracle to even the initiators of DDR program worldwide, the UN. Because naturally, like in Liberia, in Sierra Leone, in Cote d'Ivoire, in Burundi, wherever you're running DDR program is usually externally funded and managed. Nigeria sat around and decided that we can do it by ourselves. It's the only DDR program that is training somebody to be a PhD holder. It's the only DDR program in the world that it's not targeted as training artisans. Because our critics would have been happier, Femi, if I must tell you this, if they heard that as the people turn in their weapon, they are trained to be shoemakers, they are trained to be drivers, they are trained to be carpenters, they are trained to be truck pushers, and you give them Okada to ride. It will have been a success in their own estimation. Why it is attracting animosity, and by extension the head and the driver of the process, stones is being thrown at them, is the fact that because it is succeeding, because it has gone beyond their imagination, because we have people who will fly planes, we have people who are already flying and earning money, we have instructors from the program teaching in institutions, including flying institutions. That's why they are saying it's a slush fund. How can you put aside, you know, Nigeria will forget so easily. The entire budget of the amnesty program is 1.5 days loss of production loss. The entire budget of the yearly budget is what we would have lost, conversely, if the amnesty program was not declared. So to say whether it had multiplier effect, for even the one who is talking, the road he's driving now, probably he didn't check to see that it's because of the wisdom of Musa Yar'Adua that it was declared. That's why that road is being maintained now. Right. If not, Nigeria would have gone cap in hand to other nations of the world to borrow, to service internal debt. But because all seems to be working well now, if you can, try and play back the picture of what it was before that glorious day, 25th of June 2009, that ended on the 4th of October 2009 after the 60 days grace. Look at the cache, including war vessels, war boats were turned in, that even the Nigerian military were amazed that it is what we're about to confront. But suddenly, we forget because all seems to be El Dorado now.
And there's peace and respite in the region.
Yes,
now,
and nobody,
glory. Now,
Femi, let me tell you,
yes,
nobody throws stones at any tree that is not bearing fruit. Even a madman does not throw stones to a mango tree that has no fruit.
Nobody
it's because this one that Kingsley Kuku is managing is bearing fruit. That's why stones, watch out, there will be more stones even this year.
Attracting criticism. Thank you very much. It's like you are very passionate about the vocational training and, of course, the educational schemes
yes,
that the ex-militants are exposed to, because I know you head the reintegration department.
Yes.
Now, let's talk about it.
Yes.
How many Nigerians have benefited from this scheme within the nation and outside the shores of the Federal Republic of Nigeria?
Currently, Shego, we have over 16,000 graduates. Currently, we have 16,000 graduates. And now we have taken it to a new level. We are currently collaborating with Schneider in France to train people in power generation. And do you know the category of people, first and second degree holders? Because that's where we are going to. We are looking ahead of today. Power generation is the next place after telecom. So, will we wait? Because some people ask us, what will they do when you finish training them? My grandmother told me that it is when preparedness meets with opportunity, that's when it becomes luck. And what is preparedness? Go to school, acquire skill, be ready, so that when the new revolution in energy comes, we will take advantage of it. The new challenge is aviation sector. In the aviation sector, we're exploding. All these airports being renovated. If you go to the private wing area, the old wing of the Abuja airport, over 16 aircraft are sleeping daily there. And nearly 14 of them are piloted by foreigners. We want to take it over. That's why we are going to that area. So, as multiplier effect to what we have done, Femi, I'm telling you that over 16,000 have graduated. Currently, we have 50.
Are they employed? Are they gainfully employed now?
You see, the measurement of reintegration is a relative term. Why did I say it's a relative term? Because you can never be sure that a man has been completely and fully reintegrated until the people in his community accept him wholly to return back. And that's my prayer.
What I mean is that, are they now, these professionals being trained,
yes,
are they now contributing in diverse sectors of the economy? Have they been gainfully employed?
Marvelously well. As we speak, 50 of them are working for Proclad in Dubai. Good. How did they were trained in Dubai? Yes, in Dubai. I'm coming. Repatriating the funds accounts for more than 60% of the internal of earning or GDP in Pakistan. Funds repatriated. So when I say 50 are working in Dubai, how does it help the mother that is in the Koko?
That's right.
It helps the mother because it will improve her nutrition, it will improve her welfare, it will improve her housing, and she will be proud and live longer if her child was still carrying gun in the Niger Delta. That's one part. Then the ones that were building capacity, 4-year university program, we're already recording 8 distinctions. We have 6 distinction candidates, like I told you, currently. And the ones that are setting up, there are small businesses that are springing up in the Niger Delta. And you see, that's the measurement, that's to the extent that former developers seize DDR program, train them, let them open small shop. But Honorable Kuku is going beyond that. That's why programs that are supposed to last for 6 months, he has upped it to 9 months so that you get the same certificate that the man who is in France is getting, so that when you're competing in Ajib, it will not be that this one you did a bespoke program, so you will not be able to compete. To say whether you are building capacity and that they are becoming gainfully employed, yes, in nearly every startup.
So they are bringing the knowledge back
to Nigeria.
To strengthen the nation's economy. That's good news. Now, I want to ask you this question. You've spoken so well about the success of the program. We've read in papers about pocket of protest outside the shores of this nation by ex-militants for not being paid their dues and, of course, their pocket money.
Yes, it's not just limited to the dues and pocket money. Let me give you a practical example of the nature of the people we run. Like my boss would say, if they weren't who they are, maybe we wouldn't have had a job to do.
That's right.
A set of trainees were sent to Dubai to study underwater welding. And naturally, on arrival in Dubai, the people will first teach them basic measurement, basic arithmetic, to prepare them to learn welding on ground first, before they will learn the transportation process that will take them underwater to weld.
What do you want to go into the water right away?
2 weeks after, they have started protesting. No, but they told us we are coming here to do underwater welding. How come, since we came, we've never even seen a swimming pool? The man said no.
Let's hit the ground running.
So that is the nature. So how have we covered it? We tell every trainer, package something that will give them some bit of theory, some bit of practical, so that they will be going side by side
right.
and give them a leverage. That's one area where we were having protests before that we have wiped off. Now, you are talking to people who didn't know money. You know, in Eritrea, during the JDR program, when ex-combatants were paid money, they give it back to anybody they want to buy things from, to say, count and take the one you want and give me the balance. It will shock you to know that some of the beneficiaries of this program didn't know how to count money. Not to talk about foreign currency. You give a man $5,000. On arrival at the airport, he sees an iPad, 650 pounds. He says, ah, it's cheap. Oh. He has converted it to Naira, 650 Naira, and he pays for it. He sees this, 5 Naira.
This is 5 iPhone.
iPhone, he is buying. Not too long into the program, we sent some people to Malaysia. He said, this is 3 months accommodation money. This is 2 months in training allowance. Month and a half. They have called back that, what of our money? Which money? He said, you were giving. He said, no, we thought you were joking. That shows you the kind of progression of the nature of the people we are managing. And are we letting down? No. At every training, every orientation, new ideas is evolving. And the organizers of the program, the UN, saw that it is still work in progress. Nigeria is the only person taking it to the new level. So what do? Some people didn't even know the act of being on board an airplane. Somebody who was on board a plane to Dubai entered the toilet, locked the door, finished, started to want to flush, pressed everything and triggered off the alarm system. Why? He was looking for flush.
It was the first time on board.
Yeah. So all this will keep improving and getting better, Femi.
I understand you are on the 3rd phase of the program.
Yes.
What does it entail?
Yeah. The 3rd phase of the program.
And we please have this. Sometime last year or 2 years ago, some people protested at the Niger Bridge.
Yes, and closed it.
Are they now included in the program?
No, it doesn't follow that way. What happened was that there were some section of the people, including my brothers from Ishekiri. If you listen to news throughout yesterday, you must have heard that Ishekiri, 35 people were deployed to foreign universities abroad. 96% of them are going for postgraduate. What happened? They turned down their weapon before the end of the 60 days. But the time, I'm militant. They said, no, we're not militant.
Okay.
So they were the people who were captured in the 3,642 people who were captured as impacted communities. So those people you see protesting along the road fall under that category. They were part of the people who turned in their weapon. They did not document. Also, because DDR program naturally attracts animosity, it will be like, Femi, somebody was terrorizing our village, you came and took him away, you said you're taking him to the United States, suddenly he returned, he's qualified, he's a pilot. The people he destroyed, the people he made their source of livelihood to be in jeopardy, nothing. So for every one militant
success story.
Yes, we take on impacted community. That's the innovation Kingsley Kuku introduced, and that's why it's attracting him animosity. That's where the Shekiri people fall in. That's why some of our brothers and sisters who are doing brilliantly well, for everybody you train in skill that you're rehabilitating, you take on one person and give him sound education in the best of universities, and that way it is balancing.
Let's take this before we go. In 2015, next year, you are rounding off.
Yeah.
Has the winding off process begun?
Yes. You see, the exit strategy is incorporated into the plan of any DDR program, because when you pay people stipends and allowance, you pay them some level of allowances. Money is like drug. To stop suddenly the use of money, the paying of this money will become a difficult factor. So the program has provision for, once you finish acquiring skills, we're able to find a means of livelihood, either as an entrepreneur or gainfully employed. 3 months after, you cut the lifeline. Those sets are currently going on. The ones that have gotten jobs, both in Century Group, I have brother from Niger Delta who employed about 100 of them. We have let them go. Then there are another set, the people who are setting up, particularly more of them amongst women. You didn't ask, there's about 772 women in this program.
When you say ex-militant agitators, includes men and women.
People, even the planners of the program say 1 man, 1 gun. They didn't envisage that women were combatants. They were combatants.
Of course.
They were porters. They were wives. They were even conscripted girlfriends.
I took it up holistically.
Yes. so these women had the special DDR program because some of them have children. So when you bring them on board, you are encouraging them to have a home. And if you give a woman money, you are by extension passing it to the family. If you give me, I may end up in the beer parlor. But if you pay a woman, she will go. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That has been Mr. Lawrence Pepple, the technical assistant in the office of the special advisor to the president on Niger Delta Affairs, and of course, the chairman, Presidential Amnesty Program. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, family.
Up next is our media review. Don't go.